Chaos, absolute chaos, ladies and gentlemen. There's so much going on right now that I had to create an entirely new channel just to talk about all of this madness going on surrounding the Donald Trump situation and surrounding what's going on with Joe Biden right now. So if you have a moment, please go subscribe to my new channel for around-the-clock, non-stop updates on all of this madness. Guys, it looks like there's a strong possibility that Joe Biden doesn't make it through the weekend. And no, I'm not talking about his health, although there's a possibility he might not make it that way either, even though that's not something that we wish for, because we are unlike the people on the other side who are wishing death upon everyone. But there's a possibility here that Joe Biden steps down before the weekend is over. Now, you might remember yesterday he made a statement claiming that if a medical emergency popped up or if some type of medical condition popped up, he would consider dropping out of the race. Hours later, he announced that he was sick. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I think that he may be lying about being sick, either that or he is a super spreader, because he was caught on video. Less than an hour before announcing that he was sick and he started canceling all of his events, he was caught on video at a Mexican restaurant talking to a little girl. I didn't see him sniff her hair, luckily, but either this guy is at this Mexican restaurant knowingly spreading his germs all over everyone, or he's lying about his condition. I'm going to roll this clip and then I'll be right back. There are videos of him barely able to walk on the plane and walk off the plane that are circling around the internet right now. And it's like a drop of blood in the ocean right now. That's what this is like. And like all the sharks can sense the blood in the water. And the sharks, you would think that they would be coming from, Republicans. You would think that the sharks would be coming from the right. But no, the left, the Democrats seem to all be like circling Joe Biden, just slowly waiting to take him out and replace him. It's actually kind of creepy to watch, especially because of everything that transpired on Saturday. It makes you wonder, like, hey, we know they're willing to take Donald Trump out. They've already tried once unsuccessfully. They'll probably try again. But are they willing to take Joe Biden out? And we now know that high-ranking Democratic officials, they're all weighing in. They've had private conversations with Joe Biden, and they're asking him to step down. Even Nancy Pelosi has asked Joe Biden to step down.
While events no less momentous are playing out in Delaware. Biden is self-isolating after testing positive for COVID, we're told. To hear top Democrats tell it, President Biden is like Bruce Willis's character in the movie The Sixth Sense. He is the only one who seems unaware of his grim fate. Former President Obama has told allies recently that Biden's chances of winning have greatly diminished. Interesting choice of words. And that Biden needs to seriously consider the path forward, according to the Washington Post. It follows CNN's reporting that President Obama and former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi spoke about the challenges of Biden staying in the race. We can report that key Democrats, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, have had blunt conversations with President Biden, relaying Democrats' concerns about his ability to win in November. Of course, moments such as this one, where the president seems to continue to struggle with cognition and basic communication.
Look, for example, look at the heat I'm getting because I named the Secretary of Defense to a black man.
Carl, according to multiple Democratic sources, this is happening all of a sudden. Everyone said it would happen gradually and then all at once, and that's what's happening. According to my sources, President Biden has agreed to step down as the Democratic nominee.
Oh, man.
It will happen as early as this weekend. A speech has been drafted for him. He will continue on as president, is his intention. He also will not, I'm told, endorse Vice President Harris as his successor. They're hoping that he will endorse an open process in which the convention will be open to Vice President Harris and a few other candidates in Chicago to pick the Democratic nominee for president. The belief is that Vice President Harris is already looking at potential running mates to go to Chicago with a full ticket, including one possibility, Andy Beshear, the governor of Kentucky, and perhaps the governor of Pennsylvania, Governor Shapiro. Other possible candidates who are being talked about include Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, perhaps Gretchen Whitmer, and again, the vice president running. On the first ballot, the regular delegates would be allowed to vote under this agreement that's being talked about amongst the president and high-level Democratic officials. The regular delegates would vote on the first ballot. If there is no winner in the first ballot, the so-called super delegates would be allowed to vote on the subsequent ballot. This decision was reached, I'm told, all of a sudden because of the high-level pressure from Nancy Pelosi, Barack Obama, and others, and as well as the decision of many of President Biden's top aides that there was no path forward for him, that he would not be able to win this election, win the general election. And therefore, He's stepping aside again as early as this weekend.
We are living in some historic moments, folks. A few days ago, there was an assassination attempt on a guy who's running for president, and it looks like he's going to win. And now it looks like they're trying to force the other guy on the other side out. And we don't know if he's faking illnesses or if he's really ill. We don't know if this is going to be used as an excuse for him to step down. We don't know if behind the scenes he's secretly being forced out. It's just a wild time. And it's a wild time regardless if you're a Democrat or you're a Republican or you're in the middle. And at times like this, we all have to sit down and realize that we have a little more in common than we think, because at the end of the day, we're all sharing the same country. And we're all watching this crazy madness unfold. And there's chaos on one side, chaos on the other side. And we're all going to be affected by this. But to think that all of this stuff is happening at once, like this is the type of stuff that you read about in history books, and we're living through it currently. But will Joe Biden still run? Will he drop out of the race this weekend? Will he make it to the election? It really looks like that might not be the case, folks. And there's other information, other evidence out there suggesting that he may be stepping down. But we're just going to have to wait and see. But for now, let me know your thoughts down below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next one.